Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror PSA presented by Scary Nerd, and as always, we are your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Saul.
And I'm Angie.
The following is a public service announcement.
A quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now condemned Willy's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fists fly, kicks land, titans clash, and only one side will make it out alive. That's right, we watched the 2021 Nicolas Cage film Willy's Motherfucking Wonderland.
That's right.
The pre-Freddy's.
This is not a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff.
Yes, it was.
It came out before
It says in IMDb trivia it's not a ripoff.
It came
It
out
came out
before
before it when
the movie, not the video game.
Yeah, it came out before it, and it was during the Five Nights at Freddy's video game craze.
It
Well,
was slightly
they-
after.
they-
It was
they
before
already
they
announced.
greenlit the movie.
No, I think they had already announced the movie.
I don't think so.
No,
I think
they
this
had.
got it to actually. I think this is after this went wild is when Blumhouse was like.
Well, if
okay,
anything,
we'll
it
do
was like, we're going to think about it, and then they saw how this did, and they're like, oh, yeah, shit, we got to do it.
I don't know. It was pandemic time, so I don't know if I'm remembering any of this correctly, but who knows? But it's here, and it is what it is.
Yes.
And
Nicolas Cage had one job in this movie, and it was
And
to
no
serve
lines.
cunt face.
and no lines.
No lines. I was waiting for him the entire movie to say something, and I thought he was going to do it at the end, but he didn't.
He didn't need to. He just
Yeah.
had to stand there and have cunt face.
Yes.
I think there's 12 or 13 production companies at the beginning of this movie again, just like we were talking about. What was the other one? I don't even remember.
I
But,
don't remember, but yeah, when they had the
the Late Night with the Devil.
the Family Guy
I'm like,
fake outs.
this is like this was. I'm like, okay, this
I feel like this
Kickstarter
was.
thing or
They were like, okay, we want Nicolas Cage. What is the very bare bones that you will take as a paycheck? You won't have to say anything. What is like the least amount we can pay you to be in this film?
that's not
I
how it
think-
works.
I think that's how it worked.
I
in
think
this
for
movie.
him, I think for him and for me, it's like you don't have to say anything. Would be like, how
Well, I
much are
think
you paying me?
I think he helped get it off the ground too, so I don't think it was just that. I think he also liked the idea of playing a character that didn't have any lines. So I mean that was a draw for him, but I don't think it was because like
I think that'd be a draw for anybody. He's like,
can
I
I
don't have to
can I
memorize shit.
phone it in like. But you still
But he
have
didn't
to act, right?
He
Yeah.
face fucked the camera many times.
You still have to act and emote, but you don't have to say anything.
Well, and he still had to beat some animatronic ass too. So like there was
Yes.
still
Plenty of duct tape as well.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At what point was he more duct tape than man? Is my question.
He did change shirts a lot in this film.
Well,
Yes.
the fucking animatronics kept getting oil all over him.
And
so-
every time he
Blood
downed
oil.
one of those punches, I'm like, how many bathroom breaks did he have to take?
Let's have a discussion
That's
about
where
that.
you went because I'm like, your heart is gonna fucking explode out of your
Were the-
chest right now.
Was that soda or was that an
No,
energy
that
drink?
was an energy drink.
He was drinking those things like every, 2 hours?
Yeah. Like
every break
it was
time.
every break time, and I was like, "Is that every hour?" Because that thing went off a lot.
Oh, how many breaks do you get, bro? I mean, I get it. You're gonna be here all night. And I'm like, but this is not standard. 15 minutes per whatever hour you get on the fucking legal
See, the only reason
bare minimum that your job gives you.
the only reason I thought it was soda is because of the little 6-ring little plastic holder thingy.
I don't know, man. He was stocked up. He was
He had his,
Maybe he was a rep.
It-
And that's why he had so many of them.
Yeah, he's
his burlap sack full of
the blue
energy
car.
drinks.
Yeah, he's gonna down all those and then go sell the shit out of them in fucking Georgia somewhere. Where
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
he was going to the next convention because he was saving all his talking for there when he gets there. That's what it was.
I have a question about like the setup. So they break his tires or whatever, right? They pop his tires,
Yeah.
and then some fat guy shows up. Was that guy eating a beef stick? Was that just a beef stick hanging out of that dude's mouth? Because it was not a. It was
It
not
wasn't
a cigar.
It wasn't a stogie.
I know Tex had a cigar.
Yeah.
Tex did have a cigar.
No,
The
I was
other
like,
guy, I'm
that
like,
dude has just a
it's just-
beef jerky beef stick.
it's just-
That's what that
it's
is.
just the,
it's a
the
Slim
off-brand
Jim.
Slim Jim.
Yes.
It's a
that
thicker
you gotta,
Slim
like,
Jim.
it's just,
He just had it in the scene. I was
like,
like,
is that the same one you
"Ah."
had the whole 24?
Like, that thing's
hours
got to
at
taste
least?
disgusting by now.
I hope
He
they
was.
had.
I nicknamed him the mechanic, and he was the town's blabbermouth. I'm like, I don't know if that was part of the shtick to get people, or that's just this guy. Like,
And
that's
why
who
did
he
these
is.
people
you know?
not leave this town?
They have a mission.
They made a pact with.
Yes.
They made a pact vis-a-vis the third party with the devil. So
Yes.
it's technically a pact with the devil through a third party. So they have to abide by the rules that they set up. So,
Because if they don't, they get out.
I don't know, man. No, I wrote down. I want to see the movie where I want a prequel to where the Willy's Wonderland characters are just terrorizing the fucking town. Like, that's the movie I want to see. You know,
That would be a good one.
I did not believe that this was the first time that teenage arsonist has attempted to demolish Willy's Wonderland. Like, how did
No.
that sheriff keep her under lock and key all that time? Because the first time we meet her, she's fully committing arson. She's
Like,
committed to
I'm gonna burn
this.
that fucker to the ground.
it's premeditated.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's no way this is your first go with this.
I know. I'm like, and why wait to today? Was there something special about that day?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, 'cause they kind of seem like they alluded to, like, you know,
It might have been an anniversary or
like,
something.
yeah, because I think it was the anniversary or something. Because like, it was very specific that she's like, you called for backup from the state police when they had that other guy come.
Yeah, but they also made it seem like they just feed Willy like all the time. Like,
Yeah,
Could
so
be.
like that's what's kind of confusing about it. Is like she made a special deal about that day specifically, and apparently so did the kids that were planning for that specific day.
yeah.
Like it was an anniversary or something maybe, but I'm like, I don't know. It just seemed all kind of like mishmashed in the whole, like, what the fuck the kids were doing in their plan. Because on one hand they're like, we need to get in and get out and burn this fucker down and then just leave. And then it's like, let's go do it in the serial killer room.
Yeah.
While we get peeped on by a gator.
Yeah.
He likes to watch. Is it Allie or what's his name?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
The alligator.
Also, it was like, who was falling for this shit? Like, one night's worth of work is not going to get you $1,000. Because if that was true,
Well, that's the deal they made.
No, okay. That's the thing when he was like, you willing to work it off? And I'm like, whoa.
whoa.
Willy's Wonderland took on a whole different meaning.
See,
It's
that's what
like,
I'm saying. Like, you could
I'm
make
like,
$1,000 in one
$1,000
evening.
in
Yeah.
one night. Like, we need to go down to Willy's Wonderland, and you meet
According
all the
to TikTok, I mean,
ladies.
the ladies who clean houses naked like make $1,000 like in a day or a weekend. Like, not like $1,000 in a night. That's
You know how many people do that for free in their own house? I bet, like, just on the weekends, you brought yourself, you clean your house naked because you don't care.
I
'Cause
don't
you
live
by
alone,
yourself.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, well, who's paying for that? Because obviously, this
Lonely
is
weirdos.
yes. So I'm like,
Lonely weirdos.
just clean your own house naked and put a movie on. Why are you paying $1,000 for this?
It's lonely weirdos who have expendable income that
If
have
you have
nothing-
expendable income, give some to me.
Yes.
I also feel in those situations, like, are you just gonna like breathe heavily in the corner while she's cleaning? Like, what is going on while she's cleaning?
I know, like, because I would imagine there's parameters to
There's
be
so
like,
many questions.
you can't be naked, you can't touch yourself, you can't touch me. Like, there's probably a whole list of shit. So
Here's
it's like,
the contract.
what is the thing that's like, what's the point then? Because it's like, I'm gonna sit here fully clothed and watch you clean stuff naked.
But
and you
here's-
know what? I'm gonna say something. Anybody, you could have the most, whatever you think is the most beautiful woman, man, whatever in the world. When you're working and actually doing shit, nothing is sexy about like a naked body. Like,
That's what I was about to say.
like cleaning and like shit jiggles and wiggles and like,
See-
not in a good sexy way. Like, you're thinking that you're like, so either they're not really cleaning your house that well,
No.
or if they're putting the fucking elbow grease, like the ladies that would put the elbow grease in,
Yeah.
you don't want to see them. Like, you don't want that jiggling at your house.
See, I hate cleaning myself, but imagine doing that.
Well,
naked.
you got a shower, Saul.
But still,
You got a shower.
yes. But cleaning the
You
house,
said cleaning myself.
I hate
Like,
cleaning, not myself, but I hate cleaning in general. And imagine doing that naked or having somebody else doing that naked.
I don't wanna
It's not
imagine.
fun.
I don't want to imagine.
It wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, so I don't know. What's the thrill? I don't get. What are you paying for at that point?
They'll see like a night's worth of cleaning is not
Well,
worth
hey.
$1,000. Is all I'm saying.
I'm
How
saying
about
if I'm paying $1,000 to clean, then I have like a 3-story house that I'm like, you need to clean this whole house because I don't care. I once a week, once a month.
If you are one of those naked maids, tell us what your cleaning regimen is, because I'd
Saul
be
wants
pissed.
to know your rates.
I want to know the rates because I'd be pissed if you were paying like, let's say $100, and you're like, that's all you fucking did. I could have done that.
I don't know, what are you paying for? The cleaning or the
Yeah.
nakedness? The
And
cleaning
see-
or the nakedness?
And see, the nakedness is one thing, and I'm like, just go to the strip club. It's got to be cheaper than
I know, like
if you want
I
nakedness,
don't know, but
right? Just go to the strip club.
yeah, and I'm like, at least like you could get a lap dance.
I mean, I'm not out here to yuck anyone's yum, but I just.
What
don't
I'm
get
saying,
it.
what's the yum part of the naked maid?
Made.
What that's I don't care about what the maids make. I make more power to you, ladies.
Yes.
I mean, if people are going to
Yes.
pay for that, do it. I mean, why the fuck not? My thing is, I want the dudes or the women. I mean, I don't know. Are there dudes that clean naked?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Naked dudes.
Women are not paying for
I
that.
mean, I don't. You don't know.
No, we're
I mean,
not.
just because
no.
we've never seen it doesn't mean.
No,
that,
I can guarantee you that is not a fucking
Kim,
thing that women
Kim,
are
look
paying
that up
for.
right now on your work computer, please.
I don't
No,
think she
okay,
brought
but
it.
I'm saying like I want to know what's the yum part of that, right? Like,
Oh, my
who's gonna be like, "Will you fry me some eggs?"
You
with
know,
your tits
on that
out?
note, we recently went back to my small hometown in the Midwest to visit my grandmother, and we had when I grew up, we had a strip club that was man, and on the other side women, and it was like
What the hell?
it was called Lipsticks and Dipsticks. We drove by.
Two buildings, one
We
business.
drove by. Dipsticks
know the
is
one
now
thing-
closed because apparently they were not getting
The
very
thing
great
that would
business.
be hilarious to be is if you're on the male side expecting to see a female stripper and the guy gets
I think
confused
you
and
would.
he goes out
I
and you
think
see a male
would
stripper coming out and be like,
No,
You mean like if the strippers got confused? Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "Whoops, it's my first night."
I was supposed to make
Like,
a laugh and I made a right.
Swinging dick in front of the.
I was never
Whoops.
of
The
age
dudes
to
would be
go
like-
in when I lived there.
Okay,
so I
well,
did
it's a
not
small town. It's like,
participate.
who wants to see the people that I went to high school with naked? Like, I know all of you, and I don't want to
Trust
see,
me,
I don't want to see
there are
any of you naked.
there are a lot of men who
Paul,
did go to high school with me, and then women who grew up to become strippers, and they were like, "Yeah, I'll go see it."
Paul, you probably remember this.
So-
Remember back in the day when GCC used to have a strip club next to it?
I've been there.
I kept having friends in high school saying, let's go. I'm like,
I
why?
went there one time with a friend of mine who probably had some problems with strip clubs.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it that way. We'll just put it nicely. Shouldn't have been allowed in strip clubs.
But they were wanting to go,
Shouldn't
and I
have
was
been
like,
allowed, or had like a problem where he went too many times.
He
Because
went
that's
too-
how I
No,
took
okay,
it.
well, okay.
Like, whoa!
No, no,
Having
no.
a problem with strip clubs is not. You shouldn't be allowed
No,
inside.
no. Think of it this way: like when you tell a gambling person, like you can't come gamble anymore.
Okay. Oh, that's
You
what
come
you mean.
gamble
Okay.
too
Like he
much.
should have been 86th from the strip
Yeah,
club.
that's what
Okay.
I mean. Like,
okay.
not for like he was like fucking like grabbing titties.
I
and
was
running out
gonna
the
say
door. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like no, none of like nothing crazy like or sexual assaulty or anything. Just like, dude, it is 11:30 in the morning. Why?
he was one of those guys.
Yes, he's
Oh,
like,
okay.
let's go. During the day, we got out of school early one day, senior year. He's like, let's go and go to the strip club. I'm like, dude, it's noon. But I'm like,
And
but I
did
got
y'all
nothing
not
better
have
to do. Like,
girlfriends?
let's go.
You
like,
couldn't just be like, "Hey, show me your boobs."
Well, see, the guy that I went with, that kept trying just to get us to go, he's like, hey, let's go. And we're like, why? He's like, what if we see somebody we know? I'm like, yeah, but if
Yeah,
we do
there-
see somebody we know.
There are dudes out there who are like, "I want to see all the people
Okay.
I've known."
Okay, I mean,
Goods.
wait. It is the small town thing, and it is a fishbowl effect. And I know like you've got people that are like, oh, I loved her in high school, and I'm gonna go. And
Ew,
they
that's not
fall
a
in
thing,
love.
is it? Gross. Ew.
Oh,
Ew, no.
We-
You just took this to a whole different weird spot, Paul.
you don't think
Congratulations.
Those
You
are-
grossed me out.
those
Ugh.
are the guys that are
The look
paying
on
for the
Angie's face is
naked
priceless.
maid.
Blah.
Who do you think's paying for the naked maid? Those guys, because the stripper that they went to high school with is like, no, you're not allowed here.
I'm
anymore.
not here, like I said, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum,
I'm
but
not-
don't be fucking creepy, all right? Don't be fucking creepy and like criminal, because that's what that is. Don't be like, I loved
Okay.
you, let me see your titties. No,
that's-
weird.
No, that
weird.
okay, when you thought about the whole
Weird.
when you said there are people that I would love to see that girl from high school. Who did you think was going? Okay, yeah, there are the like just fuck yeah, why not?
Those
Let's go.
dudes, because
Yeah,
I know those
okay,
dudes exist
those are
where they're
those
just
They
like
do.
anybody that walks up and is female. I'm like, you want to see my vagina? They'd be like, yeah, let me see it.
Okay, but that's dudes. But I'm saying
You're saying that's all dudes.
that's okay. I'm saying you
That's
have.
all of the dudes.
I'm saying that's general dudes. That's a general dude.
Saul,
we'll
if somebody
put it that
walked
way.
up to you and was like, you want to see some beef? You'd be like, Let me give it a go.
Let
me give it
why?
a peek.
There was it depends on the circumstances.
Quick peek real
but
quick.
there was a Ron White joke, I think he said about boobs, where he's like, yeah, I'll see him. He's like, because you're curious. Even it could be, she's 300 pounds. I don't care. I'll take a
Oh my
look.
God, women don't have that. We do not have that curiosity whatsoever.
All I'll say is the female body is more beautiful than the male body. So I don't want to look at penises any more than anyone else does.
Oh,
so.
that's how I know I'm
They're
very
ugly,
straight,
is
because
what
I'm
I'm
just like, I'm not thinking about anybody's bits. I'm just like, no thank you.
Okay, but to my point, yes, the I loved you since high school guys are showing up, and they're the ones that pay her
Go to
way
therapy.
through college.
Yes,
Go to therapy. If you are the I loved you in high school, go to therapy.
We need a stripper to come onto the podcast.
We
and
really
answer
do.
questions. 'Cause we have
I
not
guess.
even talked about Willy's Wonderland. We talked about how.
Well, we talked about it a little bit.
You willing to work it off tonight at Willy's
That did
Wonderland?
lead us down a weird road.
road.
But anyway, break time is important.
Come on, dude. Willy's Wonderland and then Willy the Weasel. Come on, this thing writes itself, man.
All right, it really does.
It takes a left turn into. If there hasn't been a Willy's Wonderland porn version,
Oh, there
I mean,
has
come
to
on.
have
There
been.
has to have been.
Cam. The FBI is.
You're gonna get put her on a list,
Like,
and it's gonna be hilarious
That
when we get
odd,
that
like,
knock on the door.
you know, there's got to be a Nicolas Cage knockoff fucking animatronics, like in some sort of furry,
Silently.
weird. Yeah.
How do you
Just
Never-
face fucking the camera
How
the
do you
whole
know
time.
when how do you know when he finishes if he's silent?
Well, he does grunt even when he's fighting the thing, so
No.
maybe that's still allowed.
He does his little 80s dance when he wins
does.
the
Yes.
He has a
when he
moment with that
wins it.
pinball machine.
That was apparently his own just freestyle dance he decided to do in the moment.
And he
Like,
works
wasn't,
it.
Yes.
Wasn't even in the thing. With
He works it. That
with
little head thing
that
he does with the hands?
Well,
Yeah.
it totally fit that 80s like synth pop. Like, well,
Oh, yeah.
Wonderland.
Yeah, whole synth pop, like
I saw the
Intro.
fucking the weird British guys mullets
Interlude.
and the shirts.
interlude. That's what I meant. Yeah, whole synth on interlude.
You willing to work it off?
I love when the ostrich steps to him first and just like he just hits him with a mop. It's just like,
He just punches him.
yeah. And it's like, okay, this is what we're doing, I guess.
I love how he wasn't even phased by it.
No, he just stood there.
When the ostrich gives him that quick cut on the side and he kind of just looks at it, it reminded me of Dodgeball. And he goes, "You made me bleed my own blood." Yeah, and then he proceeds to beat the shit out of the ostrich.
He does. He beats the oil out
Like,
of
you
him.
fucker.
Yeah, an ostrich is another thing that I think I may have to fight one day.
I love
Along
how
with
I wanna see
kangaroos. Along with kangaroos.
I love how the rest of the animatronics literally just sat there and watched the ostrich get his ass beat.
He's like, he just got killed. That can happen.
Like they all just sat there and
What do you want him to do?
I mean, if they all would have went at once, maybe they could have made some headway on the janitor. I mean, I'm just saying. They didn't have to attack one at a time.
There's strength in numbers, dudes. Strength in numbers.
And if they
Okay.
see you can take the ostrich, then
Okay.
you'd have to assume that they're like, okay, he's a tough guy.
Well, here was my other question too. Like, did they pick they picked their own animals, right? Because they were the
Yeah,
the
they were the
characters,
characters,
you know,
yeah.
as the serial killers in a little montage of the
Hold
memory
on,
thing.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, they picked their animals. Like, who was like, I'm gonna be an ostrich.
And the satanic suicide ritual.
Yeah, and
They picked
so
their own animal.
but in their defense, they were undefeated at home. So
Yeah.
They were.
It was
But
like
they
we're going to go one at a time.
I guess. But after you see the ostrich get staked out, then you're like, all right, come on, everybody. But no.
It's
Also, were they on a timer that they can only be alive like once in an hour? Maybe that's the
Maybe.
rotation. Like it was like, doot, doot, doot. Like I don't know.
only
but
at night, maybe something like that.
I don't know. There's too many parameters for the satanic animatronic underworld.
Oh no, it wouldn't be only at night because that one at the end.
Yeah.
The turtle.
The turtle and the fairy.
Yeah.
Pinchy turtle.
So I think it's one of those things where they knew once the doors were locked, it was game on for them. Like, have at it.
I love how the whole time that the girl is giving the janitor the backstory, he could give no fucks less. Like he's
Like,
not
I don't
even paying
care.
attention.
He's don't
He's got a
care.
job to do. Okay?
Yeah.
He's got
gotta clean.
old school work ethic. Okay, he takes his breaks. He I love the pinball cleaning like porn shots where it's like slowly like just
Yes, I'm telling you, he had a moment with that
Did have a
pinball.
moment with it.
the girl in the bathroom when he first hits him, like the gorilla head almost turns all the way around. I was like, I cracked up laughing, and I'm like, I called that I just fucking cleaned that kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then he urinal stomps that gorilla.
He curb stomps him into the urinal. I'm like, luckily, it had just been cleaned.
He was pissed.
But
I know he just cleaned that bathroom.
It's like, I just cleaned
like
this
that
and
whole
you're
fucking
fucking it up.
bathroom.
Like one of those things when you get done cleaning something and the first thing that happens is like, you son of a bitch, you've made it dirty.
So then after the gorilla kill, the kids finally show up, and I'm like, I wrote down, that's right, kids, let's all line up, leave all the lights on, because we definitely want to attract as much attention to ourselves as possible before we commit arson on this building.
Yes.
For the second time that one of us has attempted today.
Bobby's just a little bitch.
See,
that's the only kid's name I remembered because he was a little bitch.
And if Liv rejected him and ended up stripping later on in this small town.
Was her name Liv?
Liv was the girl.
Liv was the girl.
So if the one that he was in love with, the main chick.
No, not
Who's
that
Bobby?
kid. Bobby is the kid that was fucking the other chick with yeah, that kid's a bitch.
Why? Because he didn't want to go in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he signed on to commit arson.
He didn't want to do a lot of the stuff. He just wanted to see it burn.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was just he's like, I just want to see a building burn. That's why he's a little bitch. He's got no backbone.
Well, he's tucked into stuff easily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so the other dude would be the one that would go to the strip club.
The pseudo boyfriend.
Which one? Because there was two battling it out for Captain Save-A-Ho.
The blonde one that fell for the fucking chameleon. It's like, I'm different.
Yeah, I was like, you're an idiot. You're so stupid. The other one just gets taken out by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And I'm like, why do you... Okay, you know the story of all this shit, right? Like,
why are you guys not paying attention?
You guys know that they all killed themselves and made like a suicide satanic cult death pact.
Yes.
To get to where they are. So for this bitch to be like, it wasn't me. I'm like, really, bro?
Right? And why are the chameleons so chatty? Like, I would be like, bitch, shut up. Like, just kill me or not.
I love
how
the janitor, I guess is what we're gonna call him. He's ready to beat the shit out of the chameleon, and then his watch goes like, "Oh, it's break time. Here's your knife back."
Break time.
Yeah,
he's like,
just
all right,
here's your knife.
I got a pinball game to win.
I'm on break.
Yes.
Sorry, break
Don't
time.
speak to me for 15 to 20 minutes.
He was more breaking duct tape than work.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when he was working, he got shit done. I'll give him that. So
he did. He took out all of those animatronics, and he cleaned it up. He got them in the trash bag, put them by the front door.
Okay.
He was fully cleaning it.
When Liv sneaks through the air duct,
the biggest air ducts ever,
and you have the alligator in there, and he starts to come out after she falls out and goes into that room, and the alligator sticks his head. I'm like, why is he just dripping with KY?
I was like, why is he even in there?
Because he was after her.
But why? Like,
because he's an alligator.
Because it's funny.
He didn't know that they were on the roof. Like, she wasn't even a part of it at that point.
But even the janitor heard through the ducts because he looks up and he's like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. So if he knows that he heard something, then I'm sure they know that something's there. Hey, they're undefeated at home for a reason.
I guess.
Okay?
And I guess if you're building Willy's Wonderland, you'd want to make the air ducts big enough for an animatronic to crawl through.
And for peeping purposes.
Yes.
I guess. That alligator was a creepy peeper.
Yeah, and he was dripping KY from his mouth. Like, when he sticks his head out, I'm like, what? Like, okay, I guess that's the budget that we're working with.
That sheriff looked tired. I was like, girl, you need to go get some self-care. Get some sun.
Well, she
go
has
on a
to
vacation.
She can't leave the town.
She made a pact with the devil. She can't leave.
She's stressed.
Yes. Like, if I don't feed these fuckers, they're going to break out and they're going to eat me.
And I was also like, why not just, like, see how it ends?
If you could murder them, why didn't you do that before?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a sequel. I mean, who the fuck knows? I mean, you know.
And like,
in the lore of Willy's Wonderland.
If you're like, we're sorry, Willy, this guy doesn't speak for us. If you think Willy's going to be mad at you and that guy's taking out animatronics, why not just see who comes out the front door in the morning? Like, why put him back? Why? I'm like, I'm just going to stay out of this. This looks like something y'all are dealing with right now. You let me know when this is over and I'll see who the winner is, see who walks out, and then, go from there.
Yeah, finish your nap.
Right?
She was there in the truck. She looked like she needed it. Okay, I'm going to say this. Sarah Siren was the creepiest one out of all of them. For two reasons, okay? First, she is that clingy girl / girlfriend. So like if she's your friend, she's the clingy friend. If you date her, she's that clingy girl, like overly crazy clingy, right? Second reason why she was the creepiest, because she was literally just a regular person wearing a head, like
She was.
a helmet with like big bug eyes, and I'm like, that's creepy. That's
You could see her head like wobbling underneath.
Yes, and like that's the creepiest one. Yep, I'm just weird, demented.
There was little
pixie.
animatronic to her.
Yeah, there was when like they
also-
did the like super crawl fast scenes. Like that was supposed to make it like animatronic.
Also, she was the only one of the actors to actually voice her character as well. The others were just doing the movements for the
Emotions.
animatronic, and they had voiceovers from other actors.
See, the creepiest one to me was the chameleon because when shut the fuck up.
So shut the
No, like that one was the most annoying. That I'm like, I'm gonna hit you for just talking to me. I don't know what it is about you.
I know,
in
like
your
why would
chameleon
you
face,
think that
and,
that
like,
would make me come out of hiding? Like I'm not. No,
I'm like, yeah, no, don't ever fall for that. God.
it wasn't me, bitch. You live here.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Then leave. Like, if it ain't you, then leave. You know what makes? Obviously, if the lore of the story is they left Willy's Wonderland and started eating people, like I want to see the kill in the hardware store.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that one looked like it would be a good one. So I'm like, I want that movie. So yeah, if they can leave and just go murder people, then what the fuck? Like you don't have to stay there. Like why didn't you just leave, bitch?
Because they made a pact with the town.
Yeah. No, I'm saying if that one that the chameleon
Oh,
was
yeah.
like trying to trick him, like it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Then
Like
leave.
nobody's forcing you to stay, dude.
Nobody forced you to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Literally. Or the Willy's splash punch.
So Willy's birthday punch.
Yes.
I love when the teenagers fall through the ceiling and they just so happen to all fall in the ball pit. I'm like,
Even
well,
though they were-
wasn't that convenient?
They were like 20 feet from each other, but then they were like 2 feet away from
Yep,
each other.
they
in
all
the ball
fell
pit.
into this
And, like,
tiny ball pit together.
And why were they even on the roof to begin with? They're like, let's just go up here.
They were trying to find a way to get in because they were like.
Because Liv had already gone in and they
she'd
heard her
gone in,
scream.
Yeah, and they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we need to find a way in and out. And they started arguing. And that's when the one dude was like, dude, you're telling us not to do this, but then Liv's the one that's got us all in this mess when I just wanted to burn the place.
I just wanted to commit a felony.
Dude,
and-
I signed on for arson, and that's where I draw the line, sir.
I'm not breaking and entering. Just lighting shit
I don't
on
want
fire.
to go in there with people killing people. I just wanted to burn this
I'm
bitch
already
down.
committed trespassing, and then the roof caves in, and now it's breaking and entering.
Yep.
Is it still breaking and entering? Like I was just on the roof and it broke.
I don't know.
But
It
you
could be
didn't-
trespassing, I guess.
I mean, trespassing for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
you should have
Yes.
been there either way. But I don't I didn't break the roof.
The roof
But-
broke.
I didn't
and I fell
plan
through it.
on
depending
entering.
depending on the law where you live, if you were
Plan on entering.
the roof wouldn't have broken if you weren't up there. So that
See,
could
that's
be
like the
sad.
semantics you can argue all day if you have a good lawyer.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
have this. Well,
Depends on
technically-
property law and your.
Technically, if the property was up to code, then my client would have fallen through the roof. So maybe we should be suing you. So see,
Yes.
I go back. I should have been a lawyer. This is really-
Sue Willy.
When the kids finally get inside and they see that he's killed, I think 2 of them at this point, and the one guy's like, "Oh, that's badass." I was like, "This is Cameron Poe," because he was an Army Ranger in
Con Air.
Con Air.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Cameron Poe if he had like the Castaway ending where like he got out of prison and she was like, we told the girl that Dave is her real dad. Like, and then
Castaway.
he just like, I'm gonna go and drive.
You can get a haircut.
Just get a haircut, get my energy drinks.
That's it. I'm gonna go be a rep for Punch Ass Energy. What the fuck it was called?
I don't
Punch
know.
pop or something
Punch
like
pop.
that.
Punch one in your kisser, I think was the slogan for it. Or something.
But yeah, so I love how when the sheriff gets woken up from her nap because the
She's
janitor
like,
comes
"What the
outside to put trash outside. She's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I
Well,
handcuffed him.
Now that the door's unlocked, and he's like, all right, I can finally take his fucking trash out. It's been piling up by the door. Like, and he just gives her that wave, like, hey,
Like,
still in here.
I'm cleaning. Nothing to see here.
And then she
Here, okay.
she goes
Here-
in and she pleads her case to Willy, who's not hearing it. He's like, bitch, I'm just here to kill. I don't know why he's here.
Like, this motherfucker is killing my people.
Here's my other question, and this is going to lead to something else later. When she goes in the first time, does she put a zip tie or handcuffs on him?
It might have been a zip tie.
Because it sounded like handcuffs, or I
think it was
assumed
zip
it was
ties.
handcuffs.
I think it was zip
But
ties.
when he breaks through
Yeah,
them
he
later,
breaks
I'm
through
like,
them.
that's clearly a zip tie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, which, I mean, you can get out of a zip tie. It's not the easiest, but
It's hard. It sucks.
but I mean, yeah, like I just assumed like, oh, she's cuffing him. But I'm like, yeah, it makes sense if you don't want to get caught that you're in this. But even though the three of you know it, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a secret in this town if like all your fucking teens know the whole story.
The whole story. There's no secret to this.
And like even though the girl was like, 5, we'll say. I mean, I don't know how old
Something
she
like
was
she was
when
a
her
kid.
parents got killed or whatever. Let me say 6 maybe, but she remembers everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like when she does that like dig to her, like, is that what you do with their parents? It was like, ooh.
Like, yes, that's exactly what I did to your parents. That's why I'm like, there's no way Liv would have stayed with the sheriff knowing. There's no way.
No.
Especially if she was like arson. There's no way. That was her first attempt.
She's like, I'm going to commit so many crimes, you're going to be forced to get rid of me.
Hey, and it's a small town too. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, I feel like town doesn't even have internet. Like,
I know.
well, we were gonna put it in, but then they just didn't.
They just didn't.
That's your whole explanation. Like
It's the whole story.
that is a small town explanation. Like, I don't know, they were gonna do it, but then they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, guess there's. So what do you guys do for money and how does the bank work? Like, I don't know. Why are we going down this road anyway? This is definitely the middle backwoods nowhere.
One
town.
of my favorite asinine parts of this movie, and it's the best way to be asinine, is when Willy cuts the sheriff in half, right? Clean in half with one swipe, right? And then the very next scene, he's just scratching the janitor.
Yeah, I was
scratching him to pieces.
Okay, that brings me to another point. Maybe the janitor is like a demon slayer.
There you go.
And that's his mission, and that's why he can't talk. I thought of this whole lore, and like he's a demon slayer, and he's just
You
going
just
on.
gave him a better backstory.
No, I'm not a backstory. I'm like, I made a sequel in my head. Like he just drives on to the next town, finds the next demons, and now he has an accomplice. This Liv is now with him.
That's
So,
his
no.
training.
Yeah,
Training.
he's like, we fight demons, but I don't know.
We find animatronic demons.
Well, this just happened to be the demons that he was in. You think it's like fucking?
He's walking around the
He's
U.S.
walking
just
the earth.
get the satanic
Like
suicide
he
pact
got
people.
he got some Army Rangers Camaro SS that he's driving around, and he's just he's finding demons. He's a demon slayer. So like the sequel could be anywhere and anything. It doesn't even have to be animatronics.
I also love how he falls into the ball pit. I'm like, they got their use out of this ball pit in this movie.
Like,
They
how
were
much did we
like,
spend
you
on
know
this?
what?
We're
Well, how many
using
ball
that.
pits were
Fill
there
up the
in
ball
this?
pit
Because there are
again.
ball pits in like every room, and the one that he falls in when he's fighting Willy is the one that's in the main dining room that's just off to the side. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
that's
just
the
a
same
random
one
place.
that the kids fell into
No,
earlier.
I don't think it was.
I think it was. It was in the dining room.
Was it in the
Yeah.
dining room?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing a big hole in the roof in the dining room.
And
I
were
thought it
they
was the other
were they
room.
fucking in a ball pit in that other room?
No,
What
they
was
were
that?
laying on they were on the floor, but they were laying on like, I don't know if they were like
thought it
just
was like a
junk or
table.
like inflatables or like
That's what it
there was
was.
random junk in that room in the
In the birthday room?
They
it
made
was the
a-
birthday room / the
They made a makeshift
the suicide room. Was it the
Yes.
same room?
Yeah, it was the
Yes.
same room, yeah.
I don't
It's
know. It's just-
birthday time.
and like kids, you're not the first to fucking hear. I
Right.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
If the people that work here, I mean, even if they were a normal place, someone would have fucked in there already.
And look,
That's just a restaurant.
I understand getting horny in weird places, but at least complete the task. Like, you know they're animatronics. At least make sure they're all disarmed before you start fucking. Like,
I know. Like, hey,
focus, people. Focus.
kill them all, fuck, then burn that place down.
Yeah.
And then go fuck in the field behind the
There
burning
you
building.
go. You could do it twice.
Fucking ritualistic style, yeah.
Stay on track, kids. Stay on track.
Just focus.
That's
right?
the PSA for this week.
Yes.
Stay on track. None of this would have
Don't get
happened.
sidetracked.
Get
None
the
of this
job
would have happened
done.
if Liv would have just not even talked to her fucking friends at first and just set the place on fire in the beginning.
I don't know, yeah. Just set it on fire.
Stay
and
on
then-
task.
You know what? They had a truck. You tell me you don't have a chain or a rope or something you tie to the door or the
Yeah.
fucking the chain that's around the door that's locked him in. I'm like, just something, and then you drive away, pull the door off, and burn the fucking building down. Mm-hmm. You know, as the building's burning. If you're worried about the guy getting out, just burn the building. As it's burning, pull the door off, let him out.
Yeah.
Done and done.
He's likely to run out if he knows the building is on fire.
Yeah.
Be like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Or that would have set up an epic like burning building fucking Willy's
Walkout.
epic fight where he's fighting Willy in the fire and like
like Freddy versus Jason.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he's doing that swing like swiping him with the fucking like that sawed a woman in half a minute ago. But I'm a demon slayer, motherfucker.
Yes,
That's how he could break the handcuffs if they were handcuffs.
If they weren't handcuffs. I love how he's like, I'm taking my burlap sack and I'm gonna go beat the piss out of Willy.
That's all he had. He's like, I had a roll of quarters or something in a sock, but no, I've got 5 cans of fucking kick-ass energy drink or whatever the fuck
and
it
a
is.
mop handle.
Yeah.
Was that what he taped together?
I was like, yeah, he halved a fucking broom handle and duct taped it together, and that was this is gonna beat this demonic fucking weasel.
This is going in for the boss fight. I'm ready.
This is it. That's all I need. Because I'm a fucking demon slayer.
And
he can't talk because I did that for I said that the same reasoning as why Alanis Morissette couldn't talk as God.
It would have exploded her tiny little minds.
Ears, so he can't talk either. He's from above or whatever.
I get it. My favorite part is that after he beats the piss out of Willy, like he doesn't dramatically walk out. He re-cleans the whole fucking restaurant. Like he sets up those tables. He puts
he's like, I still have a job to do.
He finishes his cleaning task, and I mean, he was on it. He was legitimately cleaning that restaurant, and I mean, he was like, I got a job.
The bathroom alone was worth $1,000 to me.
He was in the urinal. I'm like, don't touch that. Don't touch in there.
He's like, you don't know how long that pee's been in there.
Just burn the place down at that point.
Yes, take the insurance money, burn the fucker down.
See, you could tell I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna call an Uber, get out of here. Thanks, though. I'm not working over.
You think there's an Uber in that town?
Willy's Wonderland.
How would you get the Uber in that town? You'd have to get an Uber from like.
I don't know. Apparently, I could just make some dude fall in love with me, show him my boobs, and he'll give me a drive out of town.
There you go.
That's the way to get out of small town, ladies and gents.
Yes. I use the OnlyFans now.
That's true. So again, if you saw my feet pics on the internet, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw Sal's feet pics on the internet, you did.
Yes.
I love how he runs over the turtle on the way out of town. Like fucking turtle.
So is the turtle dead?
And why was that turtle chasing them?
Alive. No, the turtle jumped on the car, remember? He was on top of the police car when she had to talk in, I'm just going to call him Deputy Bill. I don't know what the fuck his name
Deputy
was.
something.
State Police Bill. She had to talk him into being like, you're just going along with this. Bro.
You're just leaving that man.
Like, I think she made it realize, like, how easily you were just talked into a whole kind of fucking conspiracy that you're now a part of, and you're also killing a man.
I didn't kill him. You kind of did, though. See, I'm the asshole.
You're complicit.
I'm the asshole that would say that stuff, and when they're like, "But I didn't kill him," I'm like, "But you did, though." See, there'd be no way.
That person's not alive anymore, and who did that?
But you didn't stop it.
You didn't do anything exactly, did you?
No, you were just got killed by a turtle.
Yes.
But did he though? Because he was still breathing.
Nah, he did.
Well, I don't know. So that's why the turtle was walking back, because she beat the shit out of the turtle. Mm-hmm. Okay. And when he's like, no mas, I'm like, no, kill him.
Yes.
Mas.
Finish the job.
All the mas.
You killed your family, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Kill them all.
Yes.
Like, is there a nearby lake? Can you electrocute him?
Ooh, maybe. I mean, technically, they're
animatronics.
Satanic
right?
animatronics.
I mean, if you throw one of the fucking,
I don't know, Satan's energy.
What was it called? The rock fire explosion?
I don't remember.
It's Showbiz. I don't know if everybody had Showbiz, but it was the one with the big gorilla and the cheerleader mouse, and they all sang at the pizza place.
What the hell are you talking about?
We didn't have that.
What?
No. We had a place like that called
Showbiz Pizza.
Shoney's, I think.
Oh my god! So look at there's a whole documentary about it. This dude bought a whole set. It was okay. So there were legit animatronics like that, and it was like you go push a button, and they would like. A gorilla was the main dude, and I think he played keyboard, and there was like other animals that had like one had a guitar, one played drums. Like it was a legit thing where like he would just go push the button and they'd play like a little song and shit at like a pizza place, right? So I saw this documentary like this dude bought a whole set of them. Like fixed them up, and then he just started playing like he started making YouTube videos of like where they would play like "Back That Ass Up" and just like random fucking music to like these
That sounds
old
amazing.
animatronics. It's amazing.
It
and
sounds
creepy at the
amazing.
same time.
It sounds terrifying and creepy all at the same time.
It is, and kids would have birthday parties there like all the fucking time. It was like Peter Piper, where they have like the indoor shit and the video games, and then they had the animatronic things like that.
Kind of like when Chuck E. Cheese used to
Yeah,
have the
it's like
animatronics.
Chuck E.
I think
Cheese,
it was basically Chuck E. Cheese before Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
So like a 60s version of Chuck E. Cheese.
No, it was like the 80s I'm talking about. I wasn't born in the fucking 60s. How the fuck should I know what happened to the 60s?
You're older than me, so I
so-
assume you were born in the 60s.
So yeah, it's that thing. And I don't remember what I was talking about anymore because we're talking about this for so
Showbiz
long.
Pizza.
At what point we were making. But so wait, so Sarah's still alive.
Yes.
The
Who
turtle's
is Sarah?
dead. Sarah, the fucking siren,
Oh.
the,
siren,
the
because she-
creepiest looking one,
The
man.
siren.
The
Because she
regular
goes-
chick with the fucking helmet on.
She kills the owner of Willy's and the whatchamacallit,
The beef
Tex,
stick dude.
McAdoo, and Blabbermouth beef stick.
Beef stick, yeah.
and beef stick.
Beef stick Blabbermouth?
That was a beef stick. It was.
He snapped into a Slim Jim, and apparently he couldn't snap out
Too
of it.
thick to
No.
be a Slim Jim, though.
Fine, it was the...
They have super ones. They
It's
have
the
big
Walmart
ones.
one. The Walmart version.
And they're
Right.
fucking disgusting.
I bet.
It's like Skinny James. Not so Skinny James. It's not a Slim Jim. You can't call it that. Skinny James.
Even as a
We're not
kid-
making that happen.
I'm
so.
not making that happen either.
Even as a kid, Slim Jims were disgusting.
I never. I don't get it.
I was always weirded
The
out
Macho
that they
Man
had.
was the one who got me on them because I'm like, ooh,
Not
I'll try it.
even. I was like, no. Look how you dress. I'm not eating that fucking meat stick.
I always
There's
thought it
nothing
was
about your
hilariously
aesthetic
gross
I want to do.
when you took it out of the package and all the
the
oil,
oil-
stayed at
Yes.
the bottom, all that orange oil.
Yes.
It was almost like when you have Otter Pops and like you see the liquid like
Yes.
flowing down to the bottom when it starts to melt. And
Like,
that
I'm
was
not-
a Slim Jim.
No, thank you. No, thank
Ugh.
you.
I'm gonna.
Why do we as Americans put up with some of the fucking ridiculous and grossest like food? Like who was like, you know what? If we take fake cheese and we put it in a can and you push the top, you can spray it on a cracker, and people will buy this.
And aren't the
Apparently,
Yes.
Slim Jims nacho flavored? Like, don't they have like nacho and like
Yeah.
ranch and like?
Oh.
Don't they have those flavors? I think.
I am gonna get like
Ranch. Oh.
heartburn thinking of that. Oh,
Willy's Wonderland has led us down some random topics.
that seriously, that's gonna give me like childhood flashbacks of having like
What's a
heartburn from
ranch
eating those
beef
things.
stick? Like, bleh. Oh my god! Like,
White people. White people would be the answer.
hey kids, here's the creamed corn popsicle.
Yeah.
You gotta get your corn.
Cream corn. Cream corn is the grossest thing.
Who was like, you know what? If we took corn,
Then smashed
made it
up,
creamy.
made it slimy
smash it up and throw some other shit to make it slimy.
and slightly sweet for no reason.
That's the ticket.
You guys forget we live in a country full of fat asses that will eat it.
Well, no, there's weird stuff everywhere. I'm just
Yes.
wondering how it got so weird here.
Okay, but I'm saying like, why do we get all the? We're the one. Why are we the ones that are falling for the dumbest, like grossest, not food processed, gross shit like Slim Jims? And
Because our
canned
government
cheese.
allows it to
Slim
be called
Jims and
food.
canned
Stupid
cheese.
enough.
Yeah.
Slim Jims and canned cheese, I guarantee, like, are either not in most other countries or made of like actual ingredients.
Well, our government doesn't care enough to make our food companies give us food.
I don't care because Willy, he's not even Willy. See, like I
It's
feel like
not.
calling Willy, like we're talking about Nicolas Cage. I'm like, he's not even Willy. Like
He's not Willy.
It's Willy's Wonderland, but he's not Willy. It's the fucking animatronic weasel was Willy that
Yeah, I
swiped
mean,
the bitch in half.
we do have to say this movie did get an absolute banger of a song.
Oh yeah.
That Willy's Wonderland
There's
song.
I
mean that
I
that
look at
slaps.
the Willy's Wonderland one and the '80s synth pop version.
Yeah.
I'm like those are bangers, man. I'm like I could get down on those. Like you hear those on the soundtrack, I'm like
I can
that,
see why he had that little head thing
Yeah.
going to
just
town.
he felt it. He's
Oh,
like,
He
was
did.
vibing
Got
to it.
into his soul.
I'm gonna just let it ride, and we'll see where this dance takes me.
He's like, I'm gonna vibe to it.
Tex McAdoo made me think of that Wackadoo song.
Yeah.
From Raising Hope, that I'd never heard until that episode. Which I'm like, white people got some crazy music too. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say Wackadoo, Wackadoo, Wackadoo.
I just love how he walks out in the morning and the guy's like, "Oh, okay.
Shit, he's alive.
Here's your car, I guess. I guess we can reopen it
Yeah.
now. Like, they just start making plans to reopen it. I'm like, did you all just really not try anything this whole time?
I know that you've got one lady sheriff in this town, apparently, and that's the whole law
sheriff's
enforcement
department
of this. Because there's at least how many friends did you have? Like 6 with her? Something like there's at least
because there's 6 little chickens at the end of the line.
Well, that was after one of them died already, or no? Or was the first one? That was the first one. That's right.
Yeah, that was the first one.
So there's at least 7 or 8 families in this town.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got...
Unless those are all just orphan children.
Yeah. They didn't look like orphans. So, yeah, I mean, you've got the one sheriff, so I guess, it's not like you can send a SWAT team in there or anything. But I don't know. Get the townsfolk together. If there's a hardware store and if there was enough to kill a few handfuls of people, then I'm like, you probably still have more than 6 or 7 animatronics. Like you can take.
Just take the animatronics apart and take them out of state in 8 different directions, and they can't reassemble themselves. I don't get why this is a problem, y'all.
The thing that gets me,
they had to wait for a demon slayer.
Well, again, they had to wait for the demon slayer, but it's like, you guys didn't think of all probably in a backwoods redneck type of town to shoot the fuckers.
Shoot them, burn it down like Liv wanted to, like anything. Like, why? We just made a pact with them, bitch. That was like the first thing you tried. You didn't
that was
try
your first
anything
thought,
else.
Please don't kill us, and we'll feed you.
We'll let you murder people.
What?
It's just don't come murder us.
We tried to get drifters and people with low morals, and I'm like, what?
If the guns don't work, the fire will kill it.
Kill it with
Or
fire.
you know what? Call the fire department and hose those bitches.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. If they're animatronic, unplug the motherfuckers. Where do we go with that? Where do we draw a line here? You get the priest with the super soaker with the Catholic water, with the holy water.
The Catholic water.
You spray it. Well, okay. What other religion does the holy water? Do regular Christians do holy water? I'm like, it's the fucking Catholic water.
It's Catholic water. It
You
just
know what
made
I'm
me
saying.
think of like
They have that
for
little
sale
pendulum
Catholic
thing
water.
that they swing that gets a whole bunch of
water.
people. They'll use that thing. Like
The smoke one?
Oh, the
no,
smoke
not the
one
smoke
or
thing. The
like
also one that they swing around too.
Oh, that's right. They got the it's
It's
the
a little bottle.
Yeah, there you go.
the big
Yeah.
swinger is for
they
the
do that, and then
smoke.
they go,
The small one is like the ching ching.
They They get a whole bunch of people at once.
you get the priest.
Get the Catholic water out there.
You know,
You spray those fuckers down.
I want a movie where it's like a group of priests that are like the Monster Squad, but they just go and kill stuff with super soakers full of holy water. Like that's the movie I want to watch. I'm making this
Like on
that's
Dusk
it.
Till Dawn.
So like the Ghostbusters,
Yes.
but from
No,
Dusk Till Dawn.
Ghostbusters, Dusk Till Dawn, fucking John Carpenter's vampires. Like
Yes.
that is what I want. Just they're fucking priests. So like they're not going to be banging bitches or anything because obviously they're priests or whatever. But
They took a vow of
and
celibacy.
maybe they're not priests because they can go down a dark road too. But yeah, like just super soakers full of Catholic water. This is the comedy I'm writing. So I'm going to get it started on that. Like probably not at all, but it would be good. So that was Willy's Wonderland.
That was Willy's
Yes.
Wonderland.
Wackadoo, wackadoo, wackadoo.
And Nicolas Cage said 0 lines.
The thing I do have to say before we finish this, I've only seen half of Five Nights at Freddy's. And I feel like this is what it should have been.
You mean like gore-wise or?
Yeah.
Gore-wise, I could see. Yeah, I definitely think they should have leaned into the gore more in Five Nights at Freddy's. I only saw that once, so I can't really.
I'm halfway through it. And
I
the
think
one
they
thing
could've,
is
definitely.
I'm pretty bored watching it. I got bored watching it. I'm like, I'm done.
That is they really focus more on backstory.
They did, but
That's what was driving me nuts about that movie. I'm like,
but
shut
Five
up.
Nights
I
at
want to see
Freddy's,
these fuckers.
it isn't for you, Saul.
I
It's
know.
for the people who played the video game, which are
And-
children.
And I really feel in that movie they are setting it up for a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they really do set it up for sequels or even to be a franchise in that film alone.
Yes.
So
I really feel like
You-
the
you
first
see
one
where
was
it's
fan
going.
service
Oh,
as
yeah.
as leading into a sequel.
yeah, and I really that is one of the like I always say it's like it's a setup movie for the next one and the next one. Like the first one's always going to be a little dry. Like you can't appease everything if you're trying to
Build a
create
franchise.
something and almost have an entertaining movie.
And you
'Cause
know
that's
what?
where
I
you make
love
your
to
money.
see. I love to see Matthew Lillard and Josh Hutcherson working. So more power to those boys.
Yes.
And it's got a built-in fan base, so
Yeah.
people are going to watch it no matter what.
Yeah.
Even the
It's
people
weird
that didn't like the
our
first
kids
one.
are into Five Nights at Freddy's. Like they
Yeah.
grew up with it now, and when the movie came out, they were freaking excited.
Yeah.
Like
And
they're
And I think
so excited.
they're more excited about seeing the characters and the
Yeah.
little nods to the
Yeah.
game than they really
Yeah, they were excited
about
about seeing the
story.
animatronics. They were excited
Yeah.
about seeing how they were going to play out in the movie. Like they didn't
Yeah.
care about the story.
Which we did see the animatronics at Universal Studios
We
at Halloween
did.
Horror Nights
Yeah.
last year. So
Anyway, animatronics.
animatronics vis-a-vis Willy
Shoot
Wonderland.
shoot the fuckers.
Shoot the fuckers.
Spray them with holy water, or kill them with fire.
Yes.
Spray them, shoot them, then the fire.
But
Yes.
don't try to make a pact with them. That's never going to play out
That
how
should
you think
be
it's
your
going
Or,
to.
last
in your
resort.
head.
or reason with them,
Yeah.
There's no reason. Yeah,
There's no
or
reason.
try to
with them.
understand them by saying that it wasn't me and trying to believe that shit because no, it's a trap. Damn it!
I
Nick Cage is amazing.
brick the whole building. Just do something. I don't know.
Right?
Just bulldoze it.
Yes.
Napalm still around? Could we just spill that on there somehow?
Flamethrowers. There you go.
Yes. Flamethrowers about.
And you could have totally blamed Liv because like she's an arsonist.
She's an arsonist.
Just-
And
The
she's
only-
underage, so what's she going to get?
you know,
like,
you know, it's
I
like,
mean...
Sheriff Lund could be like, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not like she has parents, so she could just go to juvie until she is 18, and then she can be out
Juvenile
on the world.
detention.
There you go.
I don't know what
Movie?
other stuff that
Wow.
actress has been in. I only know her from one other thing.
Which actress? The young
The girl who played Liv.
Liv? Yeah.
I know her from Mayans, and even there she was a delinquent.
The sheriff has been in so many things.
Like a million.
Yeah,
things.
so many
Literally,
things.
like-
I can't remember anything off the top of my head. Oh, yes, I can. Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Which one? Speed. She was in
She's in
Speed?
Speed.
She got caught under the bus.
That's right. Yeah.
No Country for Old Men.
See, everything.
Yes.
That's a great movie.
Tu Wong Fu? I know.
I don't think I've seen that one all the way through. No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, they're gonna say 2-1.
I thought so, too. I was like, right now, get it. We're going to put it on and watch
Kim's
it.
gonna make
'cause
you watch it.
No.
It's amazing. Well, that's all for this week. We will see you guys next time. If there's anything new that has come out that you guys want us to do a review, chit chat about, let us know.
Yes.
Via the socials, the emails, all that jazz.
Yes.
If you're a stripper, priest, or cleaning naked maid,
Yeah.
send us an email. Find us on social. We have questions.
We have
We
questions.
have questions.
Lots of questions.
Yes.
But-
Your children.
Or a forensic pathologist, or just anyone that works with dead bodies legally. I don't
Legally.
want to hear your
Legally.
creepy
Yes.
stories about dead bodies.
That's it. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
I wish I had your good luck charm. You had to do, I could 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 do.